This video will show you how to get ahead of 99% of producers. I'm going to break it all down using 4 building blocks to make you tower over the other producers. And on top of that, if you follow these, it will make sure you don't fall back to that 99% of producers, but you're finally included at that top one. Now, the first thing I have to clear out is the common conception that most producers have. A lot of people think that the beat making scene is oversaturated, and that is kind of true because there are a lot of producers for sure, but how many of those producers actually take producing seriously, and how many of those producers only make beats when they feel like or treat producing like a hobby? Now, the first thing that you have to know to get yourself ahead of 99% of producers is to make sure you know how to adapt quickly to new styles, subgenres, and genres, because these can become huge opportunities for producers. Let's take for example these TikTok beats. This genre is called Euphorica Trap, and it was invented by the producer Zappy with the headlock beat that has been all over TikTok. People started jumping on this genre very quickly. Like, let's take for example the producers Louds and K Archon. They quickly learned the genre and even made it their own a little bit. And now their TikTok has grown a lot, and K Archon is actually the person known for these type of beats now, instead of the original creator of this style being Zappy. K Archon even got 2 songs with a decently big rapper, Kyle Rich. So the conclusion of this step is to make sure you experiment with a lot of different genres, because you want to be able to quickly adapt to new styles that come up, and by doing different genres you can practice this, because you're going to be introduced to new sounds, new patterns, and a whole new bounce when you try to learn new genres. And if you are able to quickly adapt to new genres, you can blow up using a new genre that is on the come up. Now, that point is pretty important, but if you don't also couple it with this one, then the magic is lost. A lot of producers push out a lot of beats very quickly on different platforms, and this gets them more recognition than the average producer. So if you're really a slow producer, you definitely need this. I think with producing, quantity is over quality when you're starting out and when you're still in the learning stage of producing, because the more you do things, the better you will get anyway. Like, what do you think will make you improve more? Spending 100 hours on one beat or making 100 beats? Try to analyze how long it takes for you normally to make a beat on average, and then on the next beat you make, I want you to try to use a timer that gives you less time than the time you use on average to make a beat, and see if you can make a beat that's as good, as unique, or creative as the beats you make normally without any pressure, without any timer. One thing that also helps with becoming a fast producer is actually learning how to use the shortcuts of the DAW that you are using. Do not try to learn all of them at once. Try to remember one shortcut at a time and keep using that shortcut till you get used to all of them. But basically everything that I just said is useless if you don't take this following point into consideration. If you want to make your way to the top, you have to completely change your mindset. A lot of people think that the beat making scene is oversaturated, like I said before, but how many of those producers treat producing like a hobby? You have to realize that going up as a producer also takes a lot of time. You have to be prepared to not make a dime in your first couple months or maybe even years as a producer. That's why you have to treat producing like a business and not a hobby, and be really serious about it, or you will just be like the rest of the producers. Make sure you set goals every day and make a good schedule for every single day to be as productive as possible. Also try to work on any opportunity you can, and once you start to take it seriously and try to do as much as possible, so not only making beats or loops but also try to get connections, send stuff out, or building a brand, you will definitely see some results soon. Now, the last thing of today is you have to also stop underestimating yourself. Most producers have extreme lack of confidence in the work because you compare your beats to the beats that other artists are using, and you start to draw comparisons, and that makes you think that your beats will never be good enough, because if you try to make a beat similar to something, the beat itself will obviously never be better than the actual original. Instead, you should just ask other people for feedback on your beat instead of trying to compare your beat to other beats that are already used. So the conclusion of this video is you have to treat producing like a business. You have to teach yourself how to really become a faster producer and how to adapt to new genres and styles, and on top of that you have to stop comparing yourself to others, because otherwise you will never think your beats are good enough. So with these tips you can 100% climb your way to the top 1% of producers and maybe even live off of producing as a career.